A very good morning, cruise fans. From what I see outside, and I can see outside, it is an inside cabin, I know, but I have a window and it's called my TV. And from what I can see, it's a beautiful day. Now, they could clean my window a bit. Today, I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to live that cruise ship life, start off with a shower, and then head straight to the jacuzzi. 7:30 a.m. Let's get this day going.
You woke up from a while, haven't seen you smile since December. Ripped your heart, got a brand new one since you got lost in November. See it in your eyes when we leave for the night. Way too many heartbreaks still on your mind. Let the flame burn down for a while. Let the frame blur out for a while. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me.
While I was having breakfast, I realized that today is my last day. Which is not a problem. All good things come to an end. But it also means I'm traveling tomorrow. So I'm flying. Paperwork, PCR test, the whole shebang. Starts all over again. Feels like it was just yesterday. It was actually just a week ago. But still, I'm probably gonna spend the next couple of hours trying to figure out what to fill in. What do I need? What do I don't need? Do I need a PCR test? Probably do. How do I get one? Let's find out. What else do I need? And so on and so on. So, it's good to travel and get away from, escape from everything. But it's not like normal times. I knew that. I knew what I was getting into. But still, don't forget, if you're planning your trip, it's different. It's not like normal times. And will it ever be the same? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is text my travel agent, see if she can help me figure out what I need. I think I had a PCR test yesterday. Well, I know I had a test yesterday, you know, the one in the nose. I'm not sure if that is a PCR test and if I can get the results from that. If I can, I think I'm good to go. Let's figure this out. But I won't be sitting in the room doing all this. There's better spots for that. Let's do it poolside. Travel research 101 by the pool.
Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. I know you're hiding behind that pretty brown face. I see you climbing. Been trying to find your way. Let's see you smiling. Since we were stuck in lake, come jump the rooftop and come watch the skyline with me.
Okay, I'm sitting close to the yacht club buffet line over here, so I can hear what people are ordering. It's not that I'm that curious, but there's one main thing that I'm noticing. So there's people from all over on the ship. It's French, Italian, Belgian. Now, is it just me, but a French guy walks up and orders in French. The guy serving him, he's from Madagascar. He does not get that. An Italian guy walks up. He orders in Italian. Still, the guy is from Madagascar. Speaks some Italian, to my surprise. And they both figure it out. Now, if I walk up there, should I speak Dutch, which is my language, or just go for English? What do you think? I'm not complaining, but I'm observing. Is it when you speak French, then the entire world knows what you're saying? Or for Italian? Because I know that's not the case for Dutch. So I don't even try. Maybe it's just me. Oh well. Never mind. Which reminds me, I'm totally not hungry. But I'm gonna have lunch anyway. It's that cruise life. You don't eat because you're hungry. You eat because it's there. I mean, it's right there. It's there all the time. Now I don't know what's with this cheese. I think it's cheese. I asked for a cheeseburger, so it's probably cheese. I don't know what's up with it, but let's find out if it tastes good. No bun either. The hamburger should have bun. I'm complaining too much. Sorry. Warning number 1. The cheeseburger was exactly how it looked. Terrible. Warning number 2. I'm going back to my cabin to take 10 minutes to explain my complaining mood. My trip back home tomorrow is looking very, very complicated. No joke. So if you're not interested, please do yourself a favor, fast forward 10 minutes. But if you want to know why, stick around. And warning number 3, don't eat the cheeseburger. Okay. Where do I start? It seems like the more answers I get, the more questions I get. So, bear with me. I'm gonna try to explain. I was tested on the ship yesterday evening. So, I thought if I could get the result from that test, I can use that to fly, which is tomorrow. Has to be 48 hours, or no, 72 hours before you arrive. So that works. But the question is, can I get the results of that test on paper? Because you know what happened on the way in. I don't want it on the app. I want it on paper, folks. Paper. I will get it on paper. So every guest that was tested, which was pretty much the entire ship, they all get the result from the tests in the room. Now, that result will be negative, because I'm pretty sure that if the result is positive, you won't even get the paper. You'll get a lock on your door, and the room is where you'll stay. I haven't heard any reports, by the way. Okay, but it's a rapid test. It was not a PCR test. So in order to fly, I need an NAAT, or in other words, PCR test to fly. Okay, I can make a doctor's appointment here on board, and they will do the PCR test and give me that result on paper a couple of hours later. So good. It's not free. 80 euros. 90 bucks. Whatever. If that's what you need, that's what you need. I'm not gonna stay in Italy, that's for sure. Alright, so I have the doctor's appointment. I'll get the tests. That's at 4 this afternoon. I'll get the test, I'll get the results. But is that good enough to fly? Because still, you don't know. Now, thanks to my travel agent, she looked it up for me. She sent me a mail with the official requirements from the airport in Amsterdam and KLM. Now, KLM states that if you have a PCR test 24 hours before leaving, you're good to go. But if you're a transit passenger, which I am, I'll be moving on. It's a stopover. So according to the KLM info, I'm good to go. But then I double check with the airport information. They say, no, you need a test, a PCR test, 72 hours before your arrival into Amsterdam, whether your final destination is the Netherlands or it's a stopover. And also you need a rapid test done in the airport, in my case of Genoa, at the latest 4 hours before departure. Now, if I look back to KLM, they say I don't. They say you need the PCR test and you're good to fly. So, more answers, more questions. So, do I need it or do I not need it? You tell me, because I'm lost. My travel agent came up with a pretty good idea. The rapid tests in the airport, you need a reservation for that. So you can't just go to the airport and figure it out once you get there. You need an appointment to get the rapid tests. Now you already have the PCR tests, no matter what, okay? So my travel agent suggests make an appointment for the rapid tests, but don't do the rapid tests. Check in for your flight, and only unless they say you need the rapid test, then you go back and get it because you have an appointment. Okay, so through I think the website of the airport, there's a link to make an appointment to get the rapid test. I hit that link, everything is in Italian. So the first page I get is, might as well been Chinese, and then there's only one button to press, so I figured that out. That's what I gotta do. So I press the button and then I have to fill in something, and there's text above and below telling me probably what I have to fill in. But I don't know what they're asking from me, so I don't know what to fill in. And I don't speak Italian. Another possibility is if you don't use the link on the page, is there's a phone number so you can call, which my travel agent did. She texted me, I called the number, they only spoke Italian, I did not know what they were saying, I missed more than half of it, so I kept pressing buttons, and as far as I understood, I was able to make a dentist. I was able to make a dentist appointment. So would you like one? Because I don't know what's going on over there. So I said, well, if the dentist can get me the rapid tests, why not? Let's do it. Oh my God, this is crazy. Think about this for a second. A website of an international airport, so they have flights leaving the country, and they don't fly outside the country to any other country that speaks Italian. On that website, there's a link which you press, and there's no other language but Italian. So, are the only people flying out of Italy Italian? I don't think so. Right. So how do we do this? Didn't work by hitting the link, Apparently it didn't work by calling. So at this point, I say, you know what? I'm gonna get my PCR test. I'm gonna get to the airport early enough. And they will just have to figure it out. I can't imagine that I'm the first person that would have this problem. Trying to make an appointment for a test, but I don't speak Italian. What do? I call, they only speak Italian, and I don't. So what do? I'm thinking half that flight will have that same problem. But then, my travel agent found some other information on and I saved it on my phone, just in case they say no. I say, oh. I'll read it. If you can show a negative NAAT test result based on a sample collected no more than 24 hours before boarding, you do not need to take a rapid test. So if they say, where's your rapid test? I go, oh, don't need it. That's your website. But for one strange feeling, I'm pretty sure tomorrow when I travel, there will be something else. There will always be something else. It's the times. It's the sign of times. And I'm not complaining. I'm just informing you. And if I don't like it, I could have just stayed home. And then all of this would not have happened. But I want to travel. I want the adventure. So this is what I do.
Een kort later.
I will not bow down. Keep putting me off, I'm not gonna change my mind. You're headstrong forward, but this time around I'm taking my time. Don't push me, I'm not coming down, I'm not giving up. Oh, don't rush me, I made up my mind, going straight to the top.
Next time on Seize a Day.
I will not fall.